Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day. I'm just getting myself set up here. Let's see. So I can see the chat in case anyone decides to pop in. And it does say live. That's good. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. It's been a while since we've done a Sunday fun day. So I'm just popping in for a relaxed day of crafting. I have been cutting up scraps from my scrap bin that I forgot existed. Actually, it was in a Sterilite container down below. Hey, Debbie J. Oh, is today the summit? Crud. How did I forget about that? I'm so bummed. I'm going to have to go back and check in and watch the stuff. Oh, I'll have to go back and look because I think I have 24 hours to go check things out. Gosh, life has been so topsy-turvy. I totally lost track of what was going on. Well, thanks for popping in to say hi. I appreciate it, Debbie. You're the bestest. It might just be little old me here for a little bit, but I don't care. That's okay. I just come on. I'll give someone something to look at later. So, yeah. And let me see if I can pop this down a little. Can never get my camera right. Hey, Taylor. How are you? Thanks for popping in. Well, like I said, it might just be me. Maybe it'll just be me and you for a minute. I have been tackling a scrap box that I forgot I had under my desk in one of those 3-drawer Sterilite containers. And cutting everything down. I gotta message you too, Taylor. Don't let me forget. Feel free to message me too, but I'll try to remember. I have several appointments this week that are like crucial, like medical appointments, and my brain has just been mush. But I really would like to join you on your spaghetti cook-off thing. I think it would be fun. Because I won't be doing much. You have a pool? So lucky. Oh, sweet. I have surgery on my wrist on the 26th of June, so that Wednesday before would be perfect to do a live with you. And because who knows, you know, what's going to happen after that. But yeah. Yeah, you know, I swear, if it's not one thing, it's another with things. It's horrible. I can't seem to beat it. Every time I think I have something beat, something else comes up, and it's like, what? So, yeah. And I think some of these I found in my box, too, my scrap box, and I'm like, ooh, I want to finish them off. And, oh, nope, that's paper. I want a piece of cardstock. But I want a light piece of cardstock, so let me see what I got. Oh, who we got? Michael. How are you? Thanks for dropping in. 3 pools. Oh my goodness, you lucky girl. Lucky, lucky. Oh, my friend lives in Myrtle Beach. Yep, she keeps saying, come on down, come visit. Someday, maybe. Just message me. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh yeah, I see it pop up on my phone. Thank you. That'll be a good reminder. So this piece that I'm cutting out is part of, I know you guys don't do paper crafty stuff, but, oh, that's even better. This is part of what they call 3D decoupage. And this is from days gone by. I've had it in my stash forever, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to put it together. I might not use it right now, but I think this is a Christmas one. I do believe. It's like, yeah, what they call the Christmas robin. Some holly, but... So I figured I would do. So that's what I'm doing, is just kind of busting out a bunch of my scrappy stuff and unfinished projects. When you visit her, come visit me. Oh, yeah, and I'll bring you, I can't remember what it was that I was making one day, and you're like, ooh, that sounds good. I'll have to bake you something. Someday I'll make it there. She's trying to get out of there. She wants to move back to Maine, because she's a Mainer. Well, she was a New Yorker, actually. And then she moved to Maine for years. And then she moved, probably about 20 years ago, she moved to Myrtle Beach because her daughter moved there. So she's down there with her daughter. And then her son, her oldest son, moved there also. So it's her daughter, her granddaughter, her daughter's daughter, and then her son. So... But she wants to leave there. She hates it. And I'm like, girl, you'd be crazy. I would love to stay where it's warm. I would not want to be back in Maine in the wintertime. But she wants to move back up here with her son. Her youngest son lives up here. And if she lived with him, she wouldn't have to worry about like the shoveling and all that jazz like I do, you know. That's why I want to get out of here. I can't handle... I like the 3 seasons. Oh, New Hampshire? That's not far from me. I live about 30 minutes from the New Hampshire border, from like North Conway, New Hampshire. Yeah, we go there if we need to purchase things, like they have a Lowe's and Home Depot right over the border, so, and Walmart. So when I want to go there and not pay any taxes, that's where I go. So all these decoupage pieces I cut out on, I don't know what I was thinking, but I printed them off on copy paper. And and actually I don't even know if I did these or if they got sent to me this way. Because 20 years ago when I was part of a card group, people used to send... you know, Happy Mail to each other, and I used to get a ton of things like this. So that's why I attached it to cardstock. It kind of stiffens up a little bit. But anyway, I don't like the, hello, Cornflower Crafts! Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live. So glad I got some people popping in. I have not been on a Sunday in a while because I have been ill, and I just haven't had it in me, and I still feel like my brain is out of commission, which is really, really weird. I mean, I had brain fog prior to getting sick, but I'll tell you what, I feel like my brain is really, oh, thank you, Taylor, for sharing out the live. I appreciate that. I really feel like my brain just can't function lately. I don't know. I must need some fish oil or something. Something extra to give me some brain power, you know? But, yeah. So this Tuesday is my next art Yahtzee. I'm excited. I have a guest coming on with me. I kind of got behind on my art Yahtzee schedule when I got sick too. I had to bump a week or so. Ah, don't rip. I was thinking I could probably create some of these myself. Just taking images and just, you know, cutting bits and pieces out. Oh, thanks, Taylor. I'm feeling pretty good, believe it or not. Just the brain thing is not, you know. And then I have a lot, of course, you know, I'm an old lady, so I have like hormonal crap happening. So, and I recently was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, so I'm so excited tomorrow. I mean, you know, most people probably wouldn't be excited, but I was on a wait list. My original appointment was in August, but they called me last week and was like, "Hey, we had a cancellation and we know that you know, have an urgency for wanting to get in. Do you want to come on Monday?" So I'm like, "Heck yeah." So Monday I go to see the endocrinologist, which is good because I've been having thyroid issues. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you all for the thumbs up. I appreciate that too. You guys are awesome. I have to organize craft room, but your live is here for me. Oh, okay, thanks. Um, that's what I've been doing. I was just showing. I have this big giant tote next to me. Look, it's just I I thought I went through all my scraps. And lo and behold, I opened a drawer the other day and I was like, "You're kidding. I still have all these paper scraps?" So that's what I've been doing today. I've just been sorting through them and taking all of the, sorry for the background noise. Today is actually a nice day out and I have my windows open. But I start with cutting the biggest size pieces I can get, like, well, 6 by 6 is big for me. It's like a usable size. I feel like I can use it up if it's 6 by 6. So I chop it into 6 by 6. And then if it's not quite 6 by 6, I cut it into an A2 card size, which is 5.5 by 4.25. And then if it's below that, I do it a layering size, which is like 4 by 5.25 or 3 3/4 by 5 or something like that, you know, so that I can layer pieces on. But they want to send me to some hormone levels aren't level. Yeah. Really? Well, I had it's really weird. I had one doctor that is not a medical doctor. She's just been kind of like my support, my head support for like the last 10 years. And she was like, "Man, Dawn, everything you're saying sounds like it's probably your thyroid." And I was like, "Really?" Well, the doctor checked my thyroid and he said everything's fine. Well, she's like, "Did he check these certain levels?" And I think she said it was like your TSH levels or whatever. And I was like, "I have no idea. I'll ask him." He put in some, you know, my yearly blood work. I'll have him add that to it. So he did. And sure enough, she was right. My doctor was like, "Yeah, your blood work, your thyroid is showing that you have Hashimoto's." And I was like, "Oh, great." So that brought on another big whopping mess of diagnosis and doctor things. And I'm like, whatever. So I'm going to get that taken care of. And then I just found out I need to go see a rheumatologist again for other stuff. So we'll see. And it doesn't help what I just got sick with. I think I had told you guys I got that rash, and well, nobody knows what it was caused from. Like, not really. Like, they're guessing. They're like, okay, it could be like drug related, like as in prescriptions that I started, but the prescriptions that they're saying they were, I had started like way before. So it's really crazy. Hey, Melissa Sue, how are you? I've missed you. I've been missing a lot of YouTube. I need to like get my butt in gear, and I just got so far behind on real life stuff that my YouTube stuff hasn't quite caught up yet either. So, yeah, I need to get going. And then, of course, I'm trying to still fit in my lives when I can, because I don't want, you know, things to slip by the wayside. And I know I've created a small following, and I don't want to let people down. I mean, yeah, I do cancel if I have to, and I do put myself first, you know, but I, if I feel well enough, I like to come on. But yeah, so the rash, they have no idea. And then they did blood work, and I had blood work, a follow-up of blood work, and that came back inconclusive too. So I'm just like, well, what the heck? You know, can we come to a final answer on something? Crazy. I'm doing a lot better. I don't know, as I talked to you, so I was just talking about I had been sick for like 3 weeks. It was horrific. And along with the rash, I kept spiking a temperature of like 103 tops. It was like fluctuate between 101 and 103. So, yeah. And now I'm just trying to, my friend Linda's like, it sounds like you might be dehydrated, because I'm like so dry. I think I mentioned it last week when I came on. I feel like a 500-year-old leatherback turtle. I'm like, why am I so, my skin is so dry. And look, I'm constantly, I've got bottles of water, like I'm trying to like pound it. I don't know if my body, it's so dry, it's like not absorbing it or what. But it's okay, Melissa Sue. I'm like, you know, I've been missing a lot too. It's just a lot going on. I've been thinking about you though, girl. And you and Melinda. I know she's been having a rough time. I saw that she's bike riding. You gonna start bike riding with her? Guys should go live together. Bike ride. I don't she mentioned it, and kudos to her for getting on a bike. I have 3 bikes out back. I don't know. I'm afraid to get on one. I don't even know if, I mean, I know they say it's like riding a bike, you know, but I'm afraid I would tip that sucker over in a minute. Yeah, I know. I know. She's been weighing on my heart. There've been a lot of people struggling lately. A lot of people. I don't know what's going on. And thanks on the fussy cutting. I like fussy cutting. These are just scraps from my scrap bin that were in the bottom of it. And they're like little decoupage, 3D decoupage images. And I thought, I have a whole envelope of them somewhere. But the only reason I'm completing this one is because it was in my box, and I'm trying to pull stuff out and do things as I find things, you know. So, but I like Sundays because I can just kind of chillax, just do little things. Oh, you do? I think it's relaxing. Cool, Taylor. I watched you the other night. I watched all of you. I just, you know what I do? I put on the lives. If there's someone live, I try to put it on when I lay down at night. But the downfall with that is I can't chat because I don't have chat capabilities on my TV. Like I don't have a remote keyboard or anything. So I have to grab my phone, and then I can't see unless I grab my glasses. So I try to like put in the chat, like, I'm lurking, gonna put you on TV. Yeah. Here we go. I also found these doohickeys too. Isn't that cool? It's been a while. These have been around for ages. These were in my bin. These ones aren't the greatest. I have some nicer ones that are, I believe it's Fiskars, but these I think I picked up at or they came in a lot of stuff that I got at the thrift shop. But they're not the greatest, as you can see. But they do add some texture. So I haven't decided if I want to just like get rid of them or... Alright. Pulling out my foam tape drawer. So this I guess I can use this. And I don't use my paper cutting scissors for my foam. So the idea of this, and I'm seriously thinking maybe I'll try to create some of these. Just taking some images, and you just cut away layers, you know, to make your layers rise up, come forward. Hey, Stacy May, how are you? Oh, hi, Leanne. Yeah, having a good day, just chillaxing, you know. Sunday fun day. I try to do it with my friend Linda, but she is still not feeling up to par, so I reached out before I came on to see if she changed her mind about feeling, you know, better about coming on, but I think she was sleeping. She's been tired. I could have gone to sleep too. I baked some chicken today and some pasta, and I ate a huge plate before I came on, and I was like, oh crap. I told William, I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have eaten so much, because you know, after Thanksgiving you have that full belly, like it's nap time syndrome. I felt like I should be in like a poultry coma. It's okay. So I watch stuff on replay a lot. I had turkey burgers with cheese and broccoli with cheese. Ooh. Hey Dee, how are you? Thanks for popping in. How was work last night? I'm assuming that you worked a full night because I didn't hear from you. You have to work tonight? Busy? Was busy? I figured when I didn't hear you pop back in. Yes, you do work tonight. Oh, well, just think of the money, honey. Think of the money. All right. So let me find my... Well, come on, Dawn. Sorry, you guys, I'm trying to follow the chat straight out of my freezer like I showed on once. Oh, I know. I think that was a really cool idea. And yes, did you happen to look up, Taylor, the like the grocery hauls when people go shopping and they show like what they got and like their pantries and like, you know, that's pretty neat. It's funny to see how many people are actually interested in like what other people like eat and buy. So I'm gonna line this image up, and just like that, bada bing, bada bang. And this is the next one. Yeah, I like watching grocery hauls. And sometimes I see things, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna look for that. Like the other day, I was watching something and because I want to make a key lime pie bar, and oh gosh, it looks so good. And so I looked up a recipe and I learned about this. Oop, look at that! I learned about this key lime juice you can buy, and I was like, huh, I didn't realize they had a key lime juice. So I googled it. And sure enough, my supermarket carries it, so I put it on my shopping list for my to-go to-go haul that I will do this week. Grocery shop. So I'm gonna line this up. Can you guys see what's happening here? Really cool. And you end up with this little 3D and back in the day, we used to have the 3D glue dots. Well, I mean, I still have some actually in my box over there, but we used to use those or hot glue. And you would put the hot glue on the back and let it set up for a minute so that it wouldn't squish flat. And then you would put your layer, put it on, and it would hold up. Grocery delivers and you do? Oh, I like to, if I just need something real quick, I will just go pick it up. But for the most part, I try to build a list and go. I really hate going in the grocery store. I really hate it. I'm telling you, the pandemic life spoiled me. It was like the ideal life for me because I still think what's in my garbage can would go viral. Oh, Michael. That's too much. And Taylor took the weekend off for a part-time weekend job because I went to oh yeah, I saw you post something about it. You said it was someone from American Idol? Yeah, Dee, you're lucky you don't shop groceries. Totally. Totally. So yeah, so that's that. So this is my little, can you guys see it without it being my lighting in here stinks. But yeah, you can kind of see how it's raised up. The little glue dots, foam dots. So that's that. Yay. And then I found some other little things, a little stamped owl, and I made a little, I had ink on here, and I just created kind of a little image for a little bookmark. And another something that I stamped off for a card. Another one that I didn't color yet on watercolor paper. And some little medallions on some scraps that I had embossed. So when I come across these things, I like to just get them gone, take care of them, cut them out, whatever it is I have to do to prepare them, and I can kind of put them in my embellishment box. And then they're ready to go on a card, you know. I don't know how many were in my live last Tuesday. I just did like a chat and catch up. And I showed my Buddha board that I got at the thrift shop. I have been using that all week, you guys. I love it. I just sit here and pick up the brush, dip it in the water well, and just make, you know, just doodle. It's awesome. Oh, hold on. I can't see the chat. And of course, where is my chat? Let's see. Close. There we go. David Cook. Oh, okay. Thank you, Cornflower Crafts. I like the, thanks Melissa Sue. I like that too. I really like 3D kind of... Melissa, I'm thinking you could take some stuff from all your little journal pieces. You could probably take some images, and if you print them multiple times, you could do the same thing, because you figure that's what this is. It's just one image, and then they just reprinted, and you take some parts away and just layer them up. You could have some, whoops, have some cute 3D ephemera. Hi, Raoul. How are you doing? I feel like it's been forever since I have seen you also. I hope you're well. Raoul does some really cool word art and name art, Melissa Sue. If you guys aren't subbed to each other, you guys have to try to look each other up. Melissa does really cool doodles on monogram doodles, Raoul. She's pretty artsy like you. So I don't know, whoops, I don't know who was here on Tuesday, like I mentioned. Did you guys see, well, some of you guys said you missed it, so, still the same, struggling with the side effect of the chemo nerves. Oh, I'm so sorry, Raoul. Ugh. So sad, isn't it? Stuff, just, can't we ever catch a break, right? So I made this little envelope journal. It's 4 envelopes, and I did little tucks and whatnot. And then here's the last envelope, and I just did a actual card that would kind of tuck in, and I was trying to figure out where I saw this, and I couldn't figure it out. I checked all of my history stuff, my favorites, and oh yeah, turmeric. And you know, Raoul, do you know that turmeric, if you add it with black pepper, if you cook it up, or maybe like check out golden milk. You add turmeric to that also, but if you add peppercorns or cracked pepper with your turmeric, it like boosts the effects of turmeric by like 3,000 times or 5,000 times or 10,000 times. It's really amazing how much it boosts the effects of turmeric. Black pepper, yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. Taylor, that's really cool that you got to meet him. That's awesome. Oh, Melissa Sue, come on now. You've got talent, girl. You guys are all talented. You got your own talent, you know? So anyway, I wanted to recreate this. I wanted to do another one. I wanted to make it, with different paper and a different style and a little more grungy, and I couldn't find it. So I had to kind of dissect this. So I kind of measured out, and I figured this was 1 inch. I measured it up. This was 1 inch, and all of these little folds, they're Mountain Valley, accordion folds, were 1/2 inch, and then 1 inch on the back. And then, of course, the height of it depends on your envelopes. Well, I went into my stash and I pulled out some little tiny envelopes that I had, and I put them in. So I ended up, folding it 1 inch, and I used a 12-inch strip, and I did the 1 inch and then the 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch all the way, and I kind of watched to see how many I needed for my four envelopes, and I stuck my envelopes in between 2 of the 1/2 inch folds, and then inked everything up. This was the toughest part. I having to measure to figure out how to cover the fronts of these. So now I have one, and now I just need to embellish. I need to cover the backs, and add embellishments. But now I've kind of got the gist of how I did that and how I bound it together. I want to make a few more of them. And I think they're cool because you could, you can use this for anything. You don't have to put little cards in there. You could put ephemera in there. You could use it for something completely different too. I mean, hey, if you want to put like coupons, I don't know, does anybody use paper coupons anymore? I know I don't. But oh, Raul, you'll enjoy Coffee Talk with Taylor too. She's a fun gal. She does some fun things. And she also has, when you peruse around her channel, she does another, she has another channel she does with her friend, and they do, it's two girl, oh gosh, you have to refresh my brain. See, my brain is still out of commission, Taylor. Two girls chatting? No. Maybe that's Annie J's. But it's a fun channel. Her and her friend, they do different topics and they chit chat and, go back and banter back and forth about it. It's really cool. Yeah. Yes, you might get hungry. Oh. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Good luck with cleaning your craft room. Two chicks tell all. That's it. Two chicks tell all. That's a fun. Oops. Sorry about banging my camera. Yeah, that's a super fun channel. So I found some other things that I also showed this the other night. I know you weren't here, you said, Melissa Sue, so I can show you knowing you haven't seen it. My little box that I decorated out of, it's like a Velveeta, like a cheese box. And I have been taking my scraps and cutting them up and making ATC sized cards. And ATCs, for you all that don't do artsy fartsy stuff, stands for Artist Trading Card. So they're like baseball cards for artists and football cards and all that. And you trade back and forth. So I've been taking a bunch of my scrappy things that I've been finding and cutting them down so that I kind of have a background base. And I found some doodles that I did for an art class, and I cut those down too. So I kind of have this abstract looking base for some ATCs. So I'm excited about trying about making some of these. Be fun. But yeah, these are all scraps from a set of cards that I made a week ago. And I just took all the little pieces that I trimmed and just glued them all down onto bases and put them in my box. I'm going to have to make another box just for my cards that are already made. Because I did some others that I started doing some little Easter eggs. And some other little painting type things. And then I have cards that I've received. But yeah, I'm going to have to make another box just for all my finished ones. So there you go. Melissa Sue, yes. And it's perfect. Look, it's perfect size for ATCs. I love it. Love, love, love it. So yeah. So what I was going to do was look for paper to put on the back side of these. And this is the paper pad I use that I've had since 1902. Because everything I have is from 1902. The only reason that is because I went through my cardstock bin and I took out the bag because I have my cardstock in gallon bags like this. This is just scraps, but I have like all my red scraps in one, orange scraps, yellow, and I started at the beginning because those are in Roy G. Biv order too. And as I cut them down, I took everything out of that I was able to cut ATC size out of, and just went straight through. Yeah, I needed to just slim down. I have so many scraps. So I'm like, well, I'm going to make everything into smaller size scraps so that they're usable. So this we got 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Let's start with this. I like this one. Yeah, see? I know, I'm getting there. And guess what? I joined my first collab, Melissa. Oh, see, I can't even remember. What did I say that was? 2 3/4. It's a Crafty Goals collab, so I can try to start tackling some of my crafty goals. There we go. So 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. I might as well cut the rest. So I got one. I need a second one. I love this. I love this paper pad. What do you guys think of this one? Because of the gears over here? Or do you think I should do it? Oh, maybe on this one. Maybe on this one. 2 3/4, right? Did I say 2 3/4 by 5 1/4? Oh, please be right. So I'll put that one there. Okay, perfect. And that's it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I might attempt to try this with more envelopes, but you're like all grown up now. I know, right? Yeah, isn't this cool? Raoul, it's very steampunkish. Tattered Time. And I love this brand. My friend was using this brand this morning on her live, and I was like, I am so in love with DCWV. I love them. Die cuts with a view. So maybe these tickets. These are pretty cool. I think I'll go with the tickets. I can't really bend the pad. I'm trying. It's very thick paper too. I love it. You know, I was like, I've been drooling over all of these digital papers that people have, and I'm thinking, my goodness. I used to go on and play around with things like that. Oh, that's pretty too. I like that. I feel like I would lose a lot of it, so maybe stick to the smaller. I was thinking I should just go on and try to create, you know how artists say they start creating things out of need or wanting something and not finding what they want or need or see. Oh, that's pretty too. I think I'm just going to stick with the tickets. So I was thinking, why not try to go on and create some digital images. Maybe I could do it. Ooh, ta-da! Look at that. All right, so we got them all. Now I just need ink. Yeah, and then I won't have this thing of, like, this yearning of, don't get me wrong, I do like supporting small businesses, and a lot of these people that are creating digital images, I really do, because, and they're gorgeous, but I just can't afford to buy anything right now, so I'm thinking I have a printer, I have ink, I have a computer, so I have the ability to go on and create something, or even creating art and then scanning it into pages to use in my art, if that makes sense. And I am using ground espresso for anyone that might be curious. Not that anyone is, but they might be. Never know. Hey, you never know. You know, I know you think I've got the, you know, that gift there, Melissa Sue, but seriously. Ah, that went out the window years ago. Now I just pretend to have the gift, you know, on TV. Ah, I just play a creator on TV. Oh, and I think, and that's another thing. Oh my gosh, I was just telling my friend this morning, I've got to make a list so that when I do come across some money, you know, when I do find that money tree growing out back, I need to buy like more tape runner. I love my ATG gun, and I'm down to getting low. I mean, it's a pain in my butt, and I've had this since 1902 also, but boy, it has treated me right. It really has. So I gotta get some more. Okay, Taylor, no worries. I'm glad that you dropped in, and thanks for putting me on to listen to. I might put you to sleep. Oh, I'm thankful for you guys dropping in. Thank you so much. Like I said, I didn't really put up a post because I wasn't sure. I kind of was on the fence, like, should I go live or should I not go live? Do I feel like I can do anything that's semi-productive? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I guess I'll do it. So there, look at that. So I like it. And now I just need to embellish it. So what I'm thinking I might do in the meantime, let's make another one. Let's make another one. Problem is, guess what? I cut all my paper down. Ah, cut all my 12 by 12. That's all right. Oh, well, you know, I think I've seen some places that have had some freebies, and I do have I do have a couple of places that I've looked at. You know what it is too, is I'm afraid that I'm gonna run out of ink if I print something, and then I'll be like, now I can't even print. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get a piece of paper. There's some for my spine. And you guys, I have a bin. Every time I go to the thrift shop, I always go to the office supply area, the little booth, because they always have these bundles. They'll either put them in a Ziploc bag or they'll just rubber band them together of envelopes. And I love it because I can make things with envelopes. And look at these. These got kind of stuck together, but that's okay. Because for what I'm going to use them for, I can just cut them. I can just cut the edges. So 1, 2, 3. There's 4. And I even get, like, I grab them even when they're teeny, like this. Just little teeny ones. And like this. This is teeny. Or like reply cards or something. Reply envelopes. Alright, so maybe not these, but maybe this with the purple. Ooh, I like it. Oops, sorry guys. Oh, make everyone dizzy here. Oh, and let me measure. What do I need here? So my envelopes are 6 inches. So what's this? Oh, look at that. It's 6 inches. That's awesome. Okay, perfect. So we are gonna start with 1 inch, then a 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. And you know what would be cool? I have a stack of junk mail envelopes, like they want you to return in the envelope. What a great idea. I'm going to hold off on that end until I figure out if I have to go anymore, because I might oh, I might not need to go that far. And that's where I had to really pay attention on this second one, because it's weird how I doubled it up. I like it because it's nice and sturdy. But I was like, how did I do that? There must have been an easier way, but I don't remember where. And I know I followed a tutorial because my brain's not clever enough to come up with that on its own. I can dissect something, like if I buy it, like I did. I have this. Thank goodness. I am able to look at something like that and dissect it. But, yeah. All right, let's see. Whoops. I missed my... Come on, Dawn, get that right. Okay. So let's see how we can connect these envelopes in here. And oh, piling up. This is like up crafting. You know, like the Scrabble game that you go upwards. This is like up crafting. So this is a little over 3.5. So I'm going to move it to 3.5 so I can just cut a sliver off the top of this envelope so that I have an opening. That's what I'm going to do to all of them. So 3.5. And normally my envelopes aren't like this. Some of them I get once in a while. You do get some that are, you know, these have probably been around since 1902. So, you know, they're stuck together. And I don't really want to, I don't want to tear it. So I'll glue that down the rest of the way. Let me check the chat. I refilled my ink cartridges. Just got in some refill ink. Only $10 from Amazon. Oh, sweet. That's what, yes. Someone was just telling me that too. That you can get like the ink cartridges. Like I don't have to buy like the name brand, you know, of my printer. I can just get the things and refill. Or get the no name version, you know, of them. Hi, Malia. How are you? Hello, lovely. All right, so the first one I just got decorative paper for, which I will do. So then the second one, oh, maybe I should cut that. I'll just do it. And I think I like this. Isn't this pretty? I think I like this. Oh, and we gotta go. Am I going the wrong way? Yeah. This way. Well, listen, folks. There we go. It'll be nice and bendy by the time Dawn gets done because I'll have everything going the wrong way here. But that's okay. So we're going to put on this for the cover. And look at that, would you? 6 inches, just like the other. So that's awesome. Do a tutorial. No, I refilled them. Oh, cool. Oh, I would love to see that. You aren't born yet in 1902, Raul? Well, me either, really. Me either. So my envelopes were 3.5. So I'm thinking when I get them on here, I'm going to want to go a little over. Where's my ruler? Right here. So my envelope is going to go like that. I want to make sure I have, oops, a little bit of an overhang here. So I think I'm going to go 1/4 inch. So I think I'm going to go 3 3/4. 3 3/4. I think I like that number. 1994. Ooh. You are 1 year older than my youngest daughter, Raul. So you must be 27. What did I say? 3 3/4, right, y'all? Three and 3/4. 29. Wait, what? 29? 95. Oh, yeah, you're a year older. Okay, duh. You're a year older. So, yeah, you'd be 29. 29. I was thinking going back the other way because my daughter is 28. She was born in 95, so told ya, my brain. My gosh, I love this so much. And what do you guys think? Do you think that I should ink the edges like I did on this one? Do you think that I should distress and use the, I don't have to use ground espresso. I can use a lighter color. Maybe tea stain, like the tea dye. Or do you think I should, I don't think, oh yeah, I think I used the tea stain on, to tea dye on this one. What do you guys think? Do you think I should distress the edges? Hi, Kim. I know. This is all the people in the chat are from are from my other lovely tide pools that I swim in. I love that. I love having multiple tide pools that I swim in because I get to meet so many crafty, talented, beautiful people. Welcome, Kim, by the way. Don't distress the edges, or at least use a pretty color. All right, well, you know what? I cannot distress it, and we'll see how it looks, and I can always go back and I can hit the exposed areas after if we think it needs some. How's that sound, Melissa? How's that sound, eh? So I'm going to kind of follow this one as a yeah, it's kind of like the tide pool that you jumped into yesterday, Kim. That's a fun one too, isn't it? I made my card, by the way. Let me show you. This was from a live chat yesterday. It was super fun. It was kind of like craft roulette, but not quite. And oh yeah. I know, Melissa. Hey, I like that grunge though. I like that. But yeah, so the colors were pink and teal, and the project was a gatefold pop out card. So that's what this fun fold is called. A gatefold pop out card. And the attribute was a happy birthday card. So I did that, and then we had to paper piece. So I did that. I stamped my balloons, and then I stamped it again on some pattern paper and paper pieced the balloons on. And then we had to add hinges. So I hand cut little pieces and put little hinges on. Yes, they are super fun. I love how interactive and how audience involving they are. I really admire that. I figure if people are going to do a live, I feel like I love when the people involve the audience, you know, like include your audience, because it's just so fun. And that makes the live worthwhile, you know. I feel like if you're just going to create, you could just make a video. Well, look at me. Well, I do ask questions. I do say, hey, should I do this? All right. So we adhered the front cover onto the 1-inch. And now the next page is to take our 1/2 inch and connect it onto the back side of the front. So yeah. And Kim, today I've just been puttering. You know, my Sunday fun days, if you've shown up before, are just kind of relaxed crafting, and I just kind of putter, and I have been using up scraps. So I found some big scraps that I had so that I could do this binding. But I showed this on Tuesday's live. It's made from envelopes. And I wanted to recreate it, and I've been looking. I keep tearing it up too. Look. I wanted to recreate it in different paper and a theme. So I played this week and I figured it out. So I found 4 small envelopes, and I figured out how I put them together. So this was my prototype of relearning how I did that, because I couldn't find the tutorial for that one. I don't know who I learned it from. So yeah, so I really want to make a few of them and use up some of my envelope stash that I have here. So all right, so we have the binding onto the back of the first page, and now we're going to leave an open space, and we're going to insert an envelope into the next, like this kind of deal. I think I should go through and refold, because look what I did. I did my mountain valley, like I must have tripped on my way over the mountain. And I have mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain. Oh, Lord. So, yeah, let's redo this here. Hey, Debbie, how'd your live go? Thanks for popping in and saying hi at the beginning so I didn't feel all alone. You're such a sweetheart. How's my duck, by the way? And I feel bad that I totally forgot that it was Summit Day. I can't even believe it. I'm going to have to go check my email. Ugh, what is wrong with me? I was just telling these guys, my brain is just mush. Hi, Pam. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while either. How are you doing? Welcome in. Haven't played Plastic Dust. Oh, you haven't? So my duck probably flew the coop, or it swam out to the ocean. So somewhere over the mountain. I know. I'm telling you. I'm singing it as I trip through the valley, traipse through the valley, trip over. Been a great summit. I can't believe this is the first one I've kind of totally flown the coop from. I can't even believe it. Gee. So Pam, we are recreating this little folio album pocket. It's made with envelopes that I have repurposed. And I had one that I originally did several years ago. Whoops, I just dropped a... And I couldn't recall where I found the tutorial for it, but I wanted to recreate it, and I had to kind of dissect it. I had to kind of look and dissect it. And this week I was able to do that, and I created this. And now I'm doing another one in a different color theme, and I'm using purple envelopes. Hey, Cordelia. Just got home from the cabin today. Oh, so have you been without Wi-Fi and stuff? Like, I haven't, I feel like I haven't seen you around. I hope so, because isn't it nice to just escape, like, all of it and just, like, sink yourself into nature? And I'm kind of envious that you have a cabin that you can go to. Oh, lucky. So we're going to leave a gap, and we're going to go into this next one right here. So I'll bring that up. This one is the scrapbooking fun. Yeah, it is. But still, you haven't watched all of them catching up on the card makers first? Well, what did you do in it, Debbie? Do I have to go watch? Are you going to tell me? So, oh, guys, so when I'm putting these in, I try to, I really want to make sure that I get it straight and right in that crease. I don't want to have any, I don't want anything falling out of the, or from around the edges. Like, got it pretty good. Pretty good. So there's one. So there's one. So next one, if you guys can see, oh, let me throw these out. Hey, Leah. Welcome in. Use your phone data just to stream a little on Stacy. Oh, okay. I know. I've been missing Stacy May too. I gotta go pop in there and hang out with her for a little bit. I feel like I've fallen out of my routines in the last few weeks. All right, so envelope is in. We have our open, we have our lid, we have our center, we have our envelope. We're going to flip, and when we flip, we have another reinforcement. So this is going to stay that way, and we're going to fold that in so we don't glue, and we're going to glue our next envelope in here. Ba-dum-bum. Aw, you are special, Stacy. All right, envelope 2. I'll fold up my edges. And try to line it up. This was the tricky part. I feel like I need like 3 more hands, you know? You guys ever feel like that when you're crafting? Need 3 more hands. Alright, align it. Ooh. All the way in. There we go. Yes. And they make those little adhesive erasers, these little guys. There's a company that makes them, or you can pick them up at the $1.25 store, which is where I got mine, and it works just fine. And it is comparable to the other one. All right, so here we go. We got envelope 1, flip, envelope 2, flip. Here's our center. I'm going to fold that up so I don't put glue there, and I'm going to sticky down to the next flap. But yeah, this is a great way to use scraps of like 12 by 12 paper that you might not find overly favorable, and use up envelopes. Why do I think about Ursula? The more hands in the color purple. I feel like Ursula some days, I'll tell you. I feel cranky since not feeling well. Cranky pants. And I'm checking to make sure my envelope doesn't go in backwards. Not that it would be the end of the world. We could still cut a slit, but, you know, just double check. So, Ursula, that's perfect, Raul. I love it. You know what's funny? I was playing around with chat this morning because I have my friend Linda that usually comes on with me. We chat in the morning. I'll message her and we'll have coffee or whatever. And I hit a button when I was trying to chat, and it was for the themes, you know, in the messenger. And they have a new one, and it's the Little Mermaid. I accidentally hit it, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave that. I love the Little Mermaid. And that's what we were singing. Under the sea. No, I haven't seen the new Mermaid yet. I don't even know. Has it been released here? I don't know if it's been released here in the States. I haven't kept up. So here we are on the last one. And I'm going to fold this in so I don't glue it. And put my, and why is this, okay, good. All right, I thought I messed something up. I'm going to fold this one up and then glue the next one. Vanessa, the Ursula Human version roll was so amazing. Oh yeah? Who, Vanessa who? Was it like, what's her name? Vanessa Hudgens or whatever her name is that sings? Yes, for 2 weeks now in the States, but it failed to be a box office. Oh, really? Okay, I'm going to have to look it up. I bet it comes to Disney. I bet it comes to Disney Plus. I was waiting for Avatar, and I finally watched the new Avatar the other day. That movie, you guys, is over 3 hours long. I thought, oh. I just laid down. I was actually laying down to take a nap, and I was like, I'll just put it on. If it's good, I'll stay awake and watch, but, you know, if it's not. Ursula changed in Vanessa. Wait, yes for 2. Vanessa, the Ursula Human version roll was so amazing. Oh, okay. My daughter's watching the new Avatar right. Oh, really? It's not bad. It wasn't as great as the first one, I didn't think. I don't know. I just didn't have that same like, you know, but it was okay. It was okay. It was really long. Like you need lots of popcorn and candy, chocolate. Lots of popcorn and chocolate. Oh, with albino avatars, huh? Like, 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 what if they're like albino and have like the blue markings on them? They're like white but have blue markings. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Was I supposed to do something on this one? So, last one. Okay. So this is where last one, I think I can cut off and glue it. So I think, okay. Oh, I had to pull out my cutter. This is why I didn't fold that last one, because I was waiting, because I think I just need the last inch. So, whoop. And then we're going to ignore, oh, wait a minute. Is it, nope. Yeah. Did I get that right? We need it from here, the last inch. There we go. Sorry if I freaked anyone out. That I don't know what it is, but even though my finger stays behind the bar, I always get nervous when I... So there's my 4 envelopes, and then I need this again. And guess what? I didn't, of course... now something... Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. I need to remember when I do this. This goes in, this goes in. Sorry if I'm off camera, guys. In. Okay. Because when I put these in, I want to still have my... Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'm thinking and talking out loud. I'm trying to make sure I get my back right, because I remember in the other one I did something and I glued the backing to the envelope, and I think this time I don't want to do that. I want to just hook it in. So, do you guys remember what this was? Let's see. I've heard the Fire Avatar's albino Kate Winslet was amazing as the Queen in Avatar 2, right? Yes, I love Kate Winslet. I just love her. All right, so this was, oh yeah, 3 3/4 by 5 and, oops, wait a minute. By 6, that's right, by 6, but 3 3/4. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I should have so much muscles. 3 3/4. Boop. I have a little slot under my desk where I have these like Starlight, I have these Starlight little bins everywhere with the drawers. So I have one under a desk that I don't sit at the desk. It's just basically for like cutting on and storing craft supplies. So under that is the bins, and I have a slot that it holds my guillotine cutter perfectly. So I pull it out by the handle and I use it and then put it back. All right. So do we want my daisy under there for the top, or should we go with it showing down bottom. I'm thinking I like the bottom. What do you guys think? Hey, Lisa. Welcome. Oh, you're never late. Never late. Down is better. I agree, Raul. I like that too. So on this last one then, I can, because, let me see. I'm trying to think of how I want to, I guess I'm just going to put it on this back part. Maybe I should have left it one more, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm not sad. I'm just going to put it on this. Down is better. Thank you, Elisa. Yes. And no, never, you're never too late. I feel like wherever you jump in, and that's the joy of the replay. I always put the replays up, so I try to catch you up. 1 second, let me hook this down. And we said down, yes, okay. So, okay, I think we got it. Woohoo! Look at that. All right, so last week on my Tuesday live, Elisa, I think, I can't remember if you were there or not, I showed this little album folio that I did with envelopes. And I did this several years ago. I want to say it's been at least 4 or 5 years, if not more. So I wanted to recreate it because I wanted to do them in different themes. I wanted to make several. So I had to dissect it, and I'll be back later. Okay, Stacey May, take care, and thank you for dropping in. I appreciate you. Yes, Kate is awesome. She is awesome, Melissa. Thank you, Raul. So I figured it out. I dissected. I figured out my folds and the measurements for it. And how many, I thought I had way more envelopes, but you know, there's only 4 envelopes in that thing. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 envelopes. It seemed like way more. And maybe I can try it again with more, but you know what? This used a 12-inch piece, like a 12-inch piece of scrap paper. So maybe that's why the tutorial that I originally followed only used 4 envelopes. I don't know. But anywho, yeah. So now we have this issue. Look, there's all this stuff. So we need to start gluing things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this, and I'm going to run my tape runner, and I am going to fold that over. So there, that's connected. Next one, I'm going to do the same here. So I'm going to open that. And I'm going to push this in. Boom. So now we have 2 pages, two pages of the spine. So I'm going to go to the next one and lay it flat. Tape runner. Oh, Melissa, I hope you do. I hope you do. And you know what? You don't have to credit me because somebody else did this. I don't know who to credit. I wish I knew. But that's why I had to dissect the first one, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess I'm going to have to just measure and see what the heck I did. So I kind of like pulled and tugged and figured out how I folded everything, you know. So now we're going in with the next one. So I'm just flipping a page forward is what I'm doing and then laying it flat. But yeah, I'd love to see your take on it. Definitely. I love seeing when others create things that I've created, or I definitely would not have come up with this. I'm not that clever. I definitely followed somebody's tutorial. I just couldn't find it in my files. And it's weird because usually if I watched a video, and I mean, it could have been, I don't know, if it was like 4 or 5, 6 years ago. I know it's been around a long time. I've had this a long time, like back when my kids were still home. So it's been a while. It could have been when I was following a lot of people's blogs more than I was on YouTube. So, hi Echo. Welcome in. How are you doing? Um, Melissa Sue, that's really cool. I saw that your video went up for the paper bag journal. That is so awesome because I just brought a paper bag full of paper bags from my to-go order for groceries. And I just told William, I'm keeping these. I'm going to make a journal just from paper bags. And then I saw your video come up. So I'll have to watch your video and maybe I can recreate your journal with my paper bags. So, yeah. Echo, we're making this little folio album from envelopes. Envelopes that I have. I collect all these envelopes when I go thrifting. I always end up with big bundles of all these different sized envelopes that are in, they're all banded together or in a big bag. And I try to, I bring them home and I try to sort them as best as I can into close size so that I can use them for things like this. They also make great pockets for junk journals. Uh-oh, I think I'm at the end of my tape. So that's what we're doing. I'm so glad you found me live too. Well, I do too, Kim. I usually have a huge playlist. I do have a watch later playlist and I have things saved on there, but I'm like, I couldn't find it for the life of me. So I'm like, I must not have saved it. I don't know. It's really weird. Oh, well, you guys, guess what? You guys get to witness me, or maybe I don't have to change. Maybe I just need to unwrinkle this little wad of doohickey tape here. Oh, yeah. Let's try that. There we go. Maybe that'll get me to the end. We'll see. And what do we got? 2 more. Yeah, so I was so frustrated. I went through everything. I went through my history of my all my saved websites that I have. Could not find any website, any blog, nothing that had this. I was just so frustrated. And I'm like, well, Dawn, I guess you're just going to have to figure it out. It's not that difficult. And thank goodness it wasn't. It's a pretty easy project. And like I was saying earlier, for those of you guys that do junk journals, this would be awesome with like your business, your junk journal, your what do you call it? Junk mail envelopes that you have. If you don't have, regular envelopes. Like, look at this. I've never seen these are those little, what are these? Those little tiny, they're like the white envelopes that you get. But they're colored. I love that. I think that's great. So there we have it. We went through the back and we did all the opposites, and there's our connected spine. Let me get my little goobers off of here. I did. I have categories for things. I even checked some of my stuff like that said like because I when I find like yummy recipes, sometimes stuff gets caught up in that because that's where I usually save things to. So I even went in that folder and looked and nothing. So yes, you could. You could. Glassine bags. Yes, you could use anything. It would be fun. You could do it with tags. If you wanted to make, tags, you could actually take these and put tags in. I'm going to go through and I'm going to close up because these are closed and I snip the ends because some of the envelopes that I get, I don't know how old they are or where they sat, but they end up, you get some that are so old that they're glued shut. So these happen to be that way. So I'm just going to kind of go in and, clean up and put them back. I slit the ends so that I have a pocket. But some of them, like I said, they aren't completely connected, so I will glue them down. And not that it, well, yeah, I guess I'd rather glue them down. I'll probably put something decorative, some decorative paper over the top and kind of do what I did with the first one with adding belly bands and pockets and little thingamajigs. But still, I guess just to have these down solid. But yeah, I don't know. It's got ink on that, but that can get covered also. But there we go. And look, we did it. We did it, Melissa, without browning it up. Doesn't look like I dug it up out of the backyard. So I have a little punch that after I cover these I could take and punch a half circle so that I have, a little something. I could go right through both actually, and then I could just grab whatever I put in here for an insert. Maybe I'll make some oversized tags. I don't know. I think it'll be fun, but yeah, so that's that. So now I have this one that's kind of grunged up. This one I did dig out of the backyard, Melissa, see? You know what I think when I see these? I used to do little coupon books for my kids that I used to put in like their little things. Like when I would give them little gifts, it would be like little coupon things, like good for a half an hour reading time with mom, extra reading time because we always did regular reading time, but little coupon things like maybe a walk through the trails, get to make an extra, a dessert with mom, or I used to do all these things as with the kids, but you could do these for adults. Like I think it would be fun to put little things in there, like a little gift card, or maybe like date night, your choice. Let's go mini golfing. Maybe a little gift card for like gift certificate for like mini golfing, like little different maybe activities would be fun. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Or purple. Yeah, I didn't even ink it purple. I could, but I'll add decorative paper and stuff, and that will add a lot to it once you start adding stuff to it. But yeah, so that was it today. Oh, and I finished up this because it was in the bottom of my scrap bin. It's a little 3D decoupage thing, which I can show on another live if people are interested. Maybe we can even figure out how to make one ourselves by just cutting away parts of the image. Pretty cool. So yeah. I don't mind. I've inked in colors too. I don't mind inking in colors. Like this one was more, look, it's like the warm tones, like the reds and the yellows, corals, and I use the tea dye, which is a more, it's funny because I hardly ever use the tea dye anymore in the distress ink. I did in the beginning because back when I started, when those first came out, everybody used the tea dye. That's what you used. And it has such an orangey hue. Um, it's funny, and I don't really use it anymore. I use Vintage Photo or Ground Espresso or Gathered Twigs if I want brown. But I do things in colors sometimes. I have some things that are up, but I like it without too. So yeah, so that's that. So anybody willing to give it a shot, you can follow my wonky instructions here on the live. Go back through the replay. And it wasn't too awfully hard, I don't think. But I'm so thankful for all of you guys that stopped in. I appreciate it. I know my schedule's been a little weird the last few weeks since I've got sick, and it's still, I'm still on the road. I'm still working through doctor's appointments and such. Like this week, my live is on Tuesday. I have a doctor's appointment where I have to travel over an hour on Monday and on Wednesday. I'm like, what the heck? Then I have an appointment on Thursday. So it's like, ugh. Do you put the ink in water to dye the paper? You mean when I submerge, you mean when I put, when I do like my dyed coffee papers and stuff? Is that what you mean, Kim? Thanks, Melissa. You too. I know you guys have lots of stuff happening right now. I don't put the ink, I don't put the ink in the paper. I use my ink from my pad and I just kind of ink like this. But in the tea dye stuff, when I'm talking about the tea dyeing, you know, Distress Ink has the tea dye color, but I haven't used that in ages. It's been forever since I've used a tea dye. Let's see if I even have it close by. Oh, I have antique linen. Oh, here we go. See, here's my tea dye. See how orange it is? It's not really tea dye. But when I do dye papers like with actual tea or my my coffee dyed paper, I actually steep tea. I actually steep tea, and I do an extra strong tea. And if I don't put it in a spray bottle and spray the paper and just have it splat here and there, I actually do submerge it. I actually paint it on the papers, or I put it in a shallow dish, the colored water, and submerge my paper, yes, and pull it out. So yeah, I just ink the edges on these. I've just taken and inked the edges. And like this one, this was, the edges were inked also, but they were done with the tea dye, which is, if you see on the swatch, see how orange it is? It's really orangey. It's not really a brown compared to, you know, back in the day, I feel like it looked brown to us. It was like, oh yeah, we're tea dyeing everything. But when I actually do dyed papers, I actually will use the actual tea or the coffee, which I use instant coffee, and I put it in a jar, and I actually paint it with a brush, or I spray it, or I put it in a shallow pan and dip my paper in and pull it out, and then I hang it. Oop, sorry. But yeah, I actually have some avocado water, some dye from doing my avocado dye, and in a jar in my refrigerator that I think I want to I want to pull it out and dye some papers real soon. And I also have some black walnuts that Marguerite Francis gifted me, and I want to process those, and I think I'll do those on a video and process. Oh yeah, and Kool-Aid. I've seen a lot of people use Kool-Aid. Or Rit dye, yeah. Instead of brown. Yes. Ah. Well, there you go, Kim. Up above you. Melissa says you can use Kool-Aid. Ah. Kool-Aid or Rit dye. Rit dye is harsh to me. I have a hard time with Rit dye because Kool-Aid too, it just stains so harsh. Like it goes everywhere. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Malia. I saw a video where they added the alcohol and so that it keeps. Yep. That's a great idea. I wonder if I could do that with the avocado dye. I don't know. I feel like the avocado has so much more organic matter in it because I throw those, even though I dry the skins, I don't really wash them. I just like scrape them clean and then I dry them out. But I'm always like, oh, every time I throw them in the water and they start boiling, I'm just like, oh, there's probably so much organic matter on these. You cannot make it into ink if you add alcohol. Oh, okay. Well, that's what I saw a video. I can't find it. And I need to go, I really need to research and just keep searching. But I saw a girl take the walnuts and process them, but then she took them and crushed some up and made like a powder and used it like a pigment, like a like water, added a little to water and you could watercolor. And I thought, oh, I would love that. I would love to just do a watercolor in like the sepia tone or the brown of the walnut ink, you know? I think it would be so cool. Yeah. If you find a way, if you find out how that's done, message me on Facebook Messenger because I would love to figure that out. And it happened to be one of those videos that like my YouTube plays on autoplay when I lay in bed at night and I doze off to something and I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and my YouTube videos are still playing and I see something like that and then I fall back to sleep and I get up in the morning going, oh, I remember seeing this thing and I can't find it. Even when I go back in my history. Oh, that's a great idea, Melissa. That's a great idea. Well, I usually rely on saving and bookmarking and doing all the categorizing like Kim had mentioned, or my history, my play history. And I don't know how sometimes I just can't, things get lost. And I'm like, what the heck? But, all right, well, I'm going to sign off, folks. I appreciate everything you do too. I appreciate everyone stopping in. You guys are awesome. Thank you for always supporting me, even through the ups and downs. I know when my schedule has been rickety and wonky, and I like to be reliable, and it's just sometimes when our health or other life things get in the way, it just makes it so hard. So, love you. Bye, Melissa. But, oh, so reminder, I will be live on Tuesday. I have Art Yahtzee this week. It's the 13th, and which is the second Tuesday of June, which is my normal Art Yahtzee schedule. I know it was a little messed up and we had multiples last month because I did end up sick and I had guests that I wanted to squeeze in. But this Tuesday, I also have a special guest. So I'm excited. And she doesn't have a YouTube channel, so it'll be really fun to see and have her on my live to get creative with me. I'm super excited. So thank you, Pam. Take care. Thanks, Kim. I appreciate you popping in. You're welcome. So you guys take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.